Hello friends, this is Cold Run. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV's Endwalker. The final days of Endwalker, one might say, because we are less than a week from Dawn Trail and I'm pumped, but we're going to try to finish off Mount Rokkon. That's my main goal. We finished 6 of these, or wait, 6, 7, 8 of these exorcism records. And again, I'm not opposed to going to a guide, but I think there's other stuff we can figure out before we end up having to go to a guide. So let's head in and see where... what's his face, where Hancock wants to take us. No, you know what? I'm not going to do that, because I feel bad about this path. I don't like the idea of going down this path. So let me instead try something else. I'm going to try the middle path, because there's one thing I know I can do differently there. I can go down the side, up the stairs, and not pull the rope. So now there's a rope, and last time we pulled the rope, right? But this time we won't. Do we have to? Maybe we have to. Why even put the rope there in the first place, then, if we have to pull it? Can we just go down here and do something else directly? No. Maybe this is where we do this beyond the lantern's light thing. Let's try that. Let's try using the... because this is a dark place where we don't really have another option. Maybe this is where we use the Onibi. The glamour prism, or I don't remember what it's called, the prism, the Onibi prism. Because this is where they were in the first place. Here, I'm using them. Nothing yet. I have to use them in the right place. If fortune you seek now our light glows brightest within twilight's reach, and 'tis the kami of fire the celebration entreats. Maybe this burns the rope? What do you say? Whether we had more light. Now I'm going to cast it. So now I have this thing. Be careful what you wish for. No, that did nothing. Okay, well, I was wrong. This is the shaded approach, and I'm going to wait until it gets stormy. Until it gets dark. So now it gets dark. And now I'm going to try this again. I feel like I'm being foolish here. Yeah, so now I used it, but not much is happening. There was that section higher up, though, where they talk about needing light, and I didn't know what they meant before. That, you know what? That's my... I'll bet that's it. I don't know for sure that that's it, but I'll bet that's it. There was that whole section. They kept talking about the lanterns. I was even expecting the final thing I got to be a lantern. Or to, no, the final, like, clue to be, like, something to do with light, and it wasn't. I think I might have solved this. Let's head back inside quickly. Right. But it's bright in here. What was I thinking? The battle must have blown out the lights. Alright, I'm gonna spam my last of these here, because if this isn't the place to use them, I don't know where. The battle must have blown out the lights. Ah, damn it, I messed it up. I messed it up where I'm just wrong. I'll just go to a friggin' guide. That's annoying. Ah, I know it's not annoying, I just feel bad. I feel like I can't get this. So, I'm not going to look everything up yet, but I feel like there's something on the left side that I just am not seeing that's available to me that's not super hidden. So I'm going to look up Mount Rokkon Exorcism Record 4. Route 4. Okay, so... You go through the secret path, like through the, you know, Suzaku and Seiryu rotation path. But there's a catch. Wait, what? You have to stop Appa from extinguishing the lanterns. Who's Appa? So this should be the room at least. Is the Appa? The Appa's got to be the blue thing. Yeah, Shishu Appa. Here we are. Yep, yep. So we're just going for this one. Fast as I can kill it. We did it. So we killed the Appa. Is that going to do it then? It must have been casting like a extinguished light thing. I just was not seeing that at all. That wasn't remotely on my radar for this room. But it was gettable. Like, this room starts lit up and it ends not lit up, so I could have been watching more closely for that. And like the clues were there, and they talked about the light. This was gettable. It wasn't probably gettable by me for a little while, but it was gettable. So how will this boss differ? Will instead of maybe birds, there's going to, instead of Tengu, there's going to be, I don't know, light sources burning down? Something, I don't know. Spirit spark. My ire is infernal flame, never to be smothered. Okay, so it drops explosions and then heads on the ground, which all cross the room in different paths. It sure looks like it. Oh shoot, shoot! Am I gonna get hit? No, I somehow dodged it. The hitboxes aren't as bad on these things as the soldiers. Okay. We got it. Barely survived that last one, but we got it. Clash for the Ages, yeah. Forging a Legacy is added. Alright. So that one, again, I definitely needed help for that one. I have some ideas about the next one. Oh, I should have kept listening to this guy. Let's see what Forging a Legacy is. Though Hingashi has its fair share of celebrated artisans, few tales stoke the flames of a journeyman's ambition like that of Nanakusa, whose blades in the image of the four lords. Oh, you got a Suzaku and a Seiryu blade. Saw him rise from humble village blacksmith to renowned forge master. Having been on the business end of the swords representing Suzaku and Seiryu during our confrontation with Moko the Restless, to their fine and fearsome quality I can attest, so these are the swords he was wielding. Though I have not yet had the pleasure of an introduction to the Byakko-inspired Hakute, it in particular is oft spoken of as a weapon to rival one of the greatest the star has to offer, the Swell. The Swell! What a throwback! That's one of Xenos' weapons from his golf bag. Following one of the weapons he picked up, I'm sure. Following his rise to prominence, Nanakusa established a forge near Mount Rokkon. According to Mistress Tsubaki, many an aspiring smith followed in his footsteps, and northeastern Shishu has become something of a haven for these masters of forge and flame. Naturally, they revere the Kami of Fire, which we have heard about. Specifically in, was it here? No, it was, it was here. Yeah, if a fortune you seek nowhere, light glows brightest within twilight's reach, and 'tis the Kami of Fire the celebration entreats. Yeah. Naturally, they revere the Kami of Fire and celebrate their god by way of various spectacular matsuri. In the most prominent of these, its name roughly translating to the Festival of Three Lanterns. Again, the lanterns coming up. Local blacksmiths seek to imbue the works of past, present, and future with the Fire Kami's power through lighting a trio of specially crafted lanterns. Of course, this temporal symbolism is only one aspect of the number three's significance to Far Eastern tradition at large. Oh boy, this has got my mind racing about whether we're supposed to use 3 of these things to specifically light lanterns, 3 of these prisms to light lanterns, or what. So we're going to head back into Mount Rokkon. We're going to take the right path, because I really want to see what else I can do with the Dogu, and what I'm supposed to do around that shrine, that watery area. And I don't want to use a guide yet. I will probably soon. I'll give it a couple of attempts, but again, Dawn Trail comes out this week, but I'm recording this on Sunday night, and the servers go down on Wednesday, so you really only have another couple of days to finish up what I want to finish up. We've basically done 2 endings from this path. We've taken the Dogu and brushed the stones of protection. We've left the Dogu and left the stones of protection. We could still take the Dogu and leave the stones of protection, or leave the Dogu and brush the stones of protection. So even within that realm of just those options, there's still manipulations, but I don't know if those will impact the ending necessarily. We'll try it out. Now, before we take the Dogu, I want to see if this does anything, because it said to bow before the shrine and place the Dogu on the altar, but the Dogu is already in the altar. And so what if instead of placing it anywhere, so I'm going to try this. I'm going to bow before it. Should be one of these, yeah. We're going to bow before the Rokkon Sentinel. The Dogu's on the altar. And I want to see if that does anything here. I might have tested this out already. Untouched Spring. Probably not. So we bowed before the shrine. I'm going to keep going, because worst comes to worse. I'm going to leave the Dogu and brush the stones and see if that gives me a new ending. Is there a new ending? It doesn't look like it. Okay. Alright, I feel like I've gotten as far as I can, and I want to complete this, and I just don't know what else I can do, because if leaving the Dogu and brushing the stones doesn't work, I don't have any confidence that taking the Dogu and leaving the stones will work. Alright, we're gonna look this up. I'm looking at fanbyte.com for this. Record 10, the Seal of Silence. Take the right path, grab the Dogu statue, so take the Dogu. After the first boss, move up the hill until you reach a small shrine and wooden fence. Do not touch the fence. Instead, use the Eastern Bow emote in front of the small shrine sitting to the right of the fence. I might have gotten that was the shrine I had to put things in. Not in a million years. Maybe in a million, but not in... It would have taken... It was not in my near future to guess that the bow emote would not work, that the Eastern Bow emote would work. What even is the Eastern? Do I have an Eastern Bow? I didn't even know I had this emote until just now. Yeah, this was not remotely in the realm of things I was going to get without help. Alright, so we'll do that. And before I look up 11 and 12, we'll see what hints we get from completing ending 10. Or exorcism record 10. Okay, so I took the Dogu. I'm on the right path. I took the Dogu. I think, do I make an Eastern Bow now? Eastern Bow, maybe? Maybe over here? Oh, I'm worried about getting too close to the rickety fence and blowing this. Eastern Bow. Bam! Okay. That's incredible. That's really cool, actually. Hancock. No shrine is built without purpose, or so I have heard. If such is the case, then what might this one be for? Well, we know. This appears to be an altar. Place the Dogu upon it. Yeah. Oh, I knew from the first that the Dogu was meant for something greater, and now this opens up a whole new path. Is this going to be the same boss? Because it looks like it... Yeah, so this is probably going to wrap around, and the boss is probably going to have new mechanics, but that's really cool. And again, I feel like I got the gist of what it was trying to do, of what I had to do, but it wasn't quite there. I knew I didn't quite get which shrine I was supposed to put it on, how I was supposed to bow. I don't feel bad about that, about missing that one. I, for one, have naught but respect for our new clay comrade. Do you think it can hear us? Yeah, you're trying to placate the Dogu? Understandable. That was absolutely a Simpsons reference, wasn't it? I, for one, welcome our I, for one... Saying I, for one, and following it up with placating something that you're now afraid of and has power over you it's just a Simpsons reference. And quite a good one in this case. Perhaps the result of a landslide? Now we have two other options. All right, we can do Ancient Tree or Iwakura. I don't know what Iwakura means. It looks like a shrine of some, or a place where you stick prayers, maybe? Let's do left first. Let's do Ancient Tree. So is this going to be like, is one ending, because there's 3 endings left. One of them I have no idea how to get. It's got to be something to do with the lights and like the Kami of Fire, but I've tried the Onibi everywhere, but no luck. The other 2 have got to be, one's got to be this, the other's got to be that. So I'm only really missing one ending, unless I'm dead wrong about this. Yes, this takes us to the same place. Haunting Cry. The party spirits heed the cry. It used Haunting Cry before and it didn't do much. What are you going to do? It's tethered to me. Do I have to make it overlap with its buddies? Oh shit. Maybe I just have to outlast it. Yeah, so I think I just had to outlast it. It did use Haunting Cry before, right? It's just, yeah, but now the ghosts actually answer because the Dogu was around, maybe? Something like that. We did it. Seasons of the Fleeting added to the exorcism records. Good, good, good. That was... The ghost thing only came up once. I always have trouble dodging the constant line attacks, but I got hit a couple times there. But we did it. So only two records to go. Of all that I've seen today, I'm most taken with the Dogu. I had my doubts, but to restore life to nature is not a common feat. Take it back to Kugane. On the off chance it is sentient, we must hope it sees fit to forgive my earlier misgivings. Yeah, you don't want to piss off a Dogu like that. So I'll come back here. After we read this, I'll come back here. Well, we'll do that in a second. Alright, so this was ending 11. Seasons of the... Look at that doggo! The Dogu unlocked the doggo. Seasons of the Fleeting. Long ago and far away, an Onmyoji found himself bereft of his beloved wife. Years upon years passed. The cherry tree and they planted to celebrate their union, bearing fewer blossoms every spring. Yet still the grief of her passing remained fresh. Though left with little hope for himself, the Onmyoji prayed the tree at least might recover. To his great surprise, these prayers were answered by his wife herself, for in life, she too had been an Onmyoji and had left behind a finely made Dogu. That's whose Dogu it was. Maybe. Probably. At his plea, it began to shine with the power of life itself, reviving the tree's withered boughs in an instant. Understanding now that their love was everlasting, no matter how fleeting their time together, the Onmyoji was filled with newfound vigor, and happily devoted himself to caring for the resplendent cherry tree for the rest of his days. How painful and how beautiful that life should be so ephemeral. A nice ending for him. I'm sure it's not the end of the story, but this is kind of lovely. It is. This gets me a little bit. Upon our return from Mount Rokkon, I could not help but inquire with Mistress Tsubaki as to the nature of Mistress Yozakura, whom we encountered under such inauspicious circumstances. Yeah, she's been so far just kind of generic ninja enemy number 17. It seems she was heir to the Hanagakure style of ninjutsu, thus her way with flowers, and was in service to Lord Uzumibe at the time of her death. She's a ghost. She's a spirit. Tokimori added that she had been aiding in the evacuation of those trapped at Shoujo Temple and lost her life to a Mononoke while pulling a child to safety. I've been beating up like a wonderful, selfless, legendary hero this whole time. Feels bad, man. All right, let's get the next ending. We're going to go back to that fork before the final boss on the right path after putting the dogu in the altar. But this time we're going to do the thing on the right. That prayer stone. So we're back at this choice here, and this time we will take the... What would they call it again? Iwakura. What are we actually doing to it? Oh, we're pushing it over. The warding talismans on this boulder give me pause, but it'll serve as well as any bridge. So we just knocked over something that was warding off the power of whatever this Shisho is. Awesome. Haunting Cry now summons different ghosts. These are like the kind in Siren Song C. Are they... Is the direction they're facing? Does that... Oh, left swipe. Shoot. I see what I was supposed to look for now. Okay. Left swipe. I didn't see what they were... I didn't know what they were doing, but I saw that left swipe, right swipe on some of them now. Haunting Cry. Here we go again. Okay. Do you raise the correct hand? Yeah, so you're raising your right hand, so that's safe. This might... So I think the middle is safe again here? Yes! Okay. I did... Oh, shit, you're doing it again. So this is safe, this is safe. Like, this is safe, maybe? Beautiful. Oh, that's really satisfying to get right. I'm not confident I nailed this. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it kills me next time. But I survived it twice. I feel better. We only saw that special mechanic once, but we got it. I mean, we saw it once when we died, but only once during the fight, I mean, which was surprising. I was hoping it would be like the core mechanic this time around. No such luck. Alright, I thought he was doing the same spiel as last time, but I think this is different. That's one Mononoke fell, though if the legends are to be believed, Shisho is a wholly different beast than its Tsukumogami brethren. It came to the mountain long before Garai's time. It was sealed here by the very founder of Shoujo Temple, in fact. There's enough to make one wonder if that boulder we fell did not possess some greater significance. I mean, I think it was just like, that was the boulder that the founder put up to keep this thing caged, is my guess. Let's see if the treasure... exorcism record tells us anything else. The Seal of Silence. Ascetics have long availed themselves of Mount Rokkon's solitude to train mind and spirit, and this day was no different. The breeze was still, the trees silent, and the monk of concern to our tale was deep in peaceful meditation when he heard the rustling of grass. Rousing from his contemplations, he opened his eyes to see who had business of such import as to interrupt his tranquility, and came face to face instead with a twisted beast. If its form left any doubt to its identity, the weapons lodged in its flesh confirmed that it was Shishio, king among Nue and terror to the small folk. Though the thought of ending a life, much less of a creature struggling despite deep wounds to survive, was abhorrent, so too was the thought of letting this devourer of men go free. He readied his holy staff and struck at the Mononoke. The battle was a fierce one, but the monk had the upper hand. To draw the conflict to a close, he struck his staff into Shishio, turning it to stone. He would go on to found Shoujo Temple, that a watch might be kept over the now silent Mononoke, and its seal remain unbroken evermore. Oh, so the legends say. So the legends say that this thing is the reason that Shishio Temple exists. Holy staves, such as the monk wielded, are quite unlike those of Western mages. Not only do they hold the particular power to purge fell magics via sound, again, we're going back to the Geomancer Bell thing, their use as physical weapons goes far beyond unsophisticated bludgeoning. Though I sadly lack the skill to make use of such awesome power, I find myself considering more mundane applications. In climbing Mount Rokkon, even well-trained ascetics surely find themselves in need of additional support from time to time. Should we need to scale the peak once again, or should an inconvenient wall or pile of boxes stand in our way? I shall be perfectly equipped for the challenge. Yep, you have your way of getting around those boxes. And then there's number 12. So again, this is one, at this point, it's Tuesday night, or it's actually Monday night, my bad. We're about to wrap up Endwalker. And I still want to do one more thing before I finish off this expansion. But I'm just going to look up the final ending. It's got to be something to do with the lighting. Something to do with lighting, something to do with the little ghosty things, something to do with the Onibi. This is from Fanbyte. Record 12. The middle portal. Climb the Tower of Crates after the first boss, right? Pull the rope to summon the lanterns, sure. Lure the enemies back downstairs through the newly opened path, bringing them to the paper lanterns throughout the room. I already know where this is going. Oh my god. This is right up on the list of stuff I would not have gotten in a long time. Alright, when defeated, these enemies make one last cone shape attack. Have that attack hit the 3 lanterns in the room in front of the golden decorations. Yup. Okay. Alright, let's go do this. This is another one where I got the gist of what they were trying for. I wouldn't have guessed the specifics it would have taken me a much longer. A lot more runs, a lot more trial and error, and I'm fine not doing that in this case. But cool puzzle. If this is how it reads, that is a really cool answer to the puzzle. Because it's gettable. Because you see, they have like a special death blow attack that most enemies don't have, and so that was special. That was special. All right, and now again, this is Hancock going to lead us to the middle path, because that's the only exorcism record we haven't unlocked yet. He is. This has to be a smart method. This has to be intentional. I'm scoping this place out before I do the thing. And so I want to light the lanterns, it says, in front of the golden thing. So this lantern, and is it, wait, what? Where's the other lantern? Is it this lantern? No, this is the third lantern. So all by the golden things. Yeah, again, I was not getting this. So this lantern, this lantern, and that lantern. Gotcha. Let's see if we can drag him down here and get this done. I'm not even going to mess with the AoE. You know what? Come a little... It worked! Okay, good. So now bring the second one over here, and we'll just take it one by one. Illume. It's even the name of that ability is about lighting it up. Come closer. Do not get too far away for this. Okay, I'm being extra careful to line it up. Bam. And I say bam, I knew this was going to work because the guide said it would work. That's really cool still. Across the hall flares an eerie light. This is the other one. Curious, this lantern shines differently than the rest. The Mononoke's influence, perhaps? Yeah, this is the one that lit up on its own. Some other mechanism. What if I... You're entering the password. Entering the key... The hell? Oh, it was a magic teleport thing. Where's it going to bring us? Somewhere new? New boss? Shore of Farsight, Pond of Spring Rain, Shrine of the Sixth Sense. This is definitely going to be a different boss. Lesson learned, Hancock. Do not prod eerily glowing objects. No, you did the right thing. Where the hell are we? In any case, the monks went to great pains to conceal this path. What could have warranted such secrecy? This is absolutely a final boss. Or an extra boss, because it could have been fought immediately, I think. But still. Is this the founder? Is this the ghost of the founder in himself? Herself? The box. The sword box. No, this is a pipe. Tsukiyomi returns. Tsukumogami Enenra. This is like a horned, pipe-smoking wolf thing? It's cool as hell, whatever it is. Alright, Enema, let's do this. 1,000 paths in yours end tier. Flagrant combustion. Kami for Fen, we could suffocate under this wicked haze. Yeah, so it's a smoke-based demon. Or Tsukumogami. Out of the smoke. Smoke is going in a certain direction. Let me get to this side. Oh, it's like traveling in a certain... Are you gonna go... I don't know what this is. So when it goes there... I knew something was gonna... Okay, so when it... The Tsukumogami is the pipe itself, yeah. So when it... Wherever it poofs to there... Wait for it. Yeah, there. Wherever it poofs to there, we have to get behind it. Out of the smoke, this is going to be the second version of that attack. So we want to get close to where it's going and ready to stand behind it. Into the fire, out of the smoke into the fire. Smoke and mirrors, where everything and nothing, your first and final breath, we. Earth. Okay. Okay. And out of the smoke again. So one is going that way, the other's going this way. They're both going to end up here. I think we want to get, like, to this area, maybe? Yeah! Oh, that feels good. This boss is cool as hell, clearing smoke. Alright, this is an eruption thing. So I want to get here and get close to here. Maybe a sure cast, just for the heck of it. What now? Smokestack. Oh, and then you combine again. Smoldering Damnation. I don't like that. So these are all going to grow in at different rates. Oh, and then the red explodes. Okay. Pipe cleaner. Keep moving. Gotcha. Slayer of spirits, their fate will soon be yours, so you're protecting them. You don't want them to die. Fragrant combustion. I don't know if we're supposed to kill both of them or deal with just one of them or what. I'm just going to try to focus on one. Maybe their health goes down at the same time anyway, so it might not matter. Alright, so the smoke itself doesn't hurt us. We want to be out of the big ones for smoke rings. Shoot. That's a donut AoE. We're going to want to get into that. Yeah, but afterwards. And then get in. Nope, I was wrong. That is not a donut AoE. That's a get out. I just misread that. Snuff. Oh, thank you for that tank shield. Just in time. And it has an aftershock. I am barely staying alive. I don't know how I haven't died yet. Probably luck. Ogiseru Clamor, that's... yeah. And then out of the smoke. Okay, and then it's starting to repeat. So as we get more comfortable with this, things will go a little bit better. Out of the smoke. Okay, you're going there. You're going here. I think I have to get over here. I think this is the safe space. Maybe here? Yeah! Come on. Come on, come on. Clearing smoke. Yep. We're going to use a shield on that and our surecast. We can get this. We can friggin' get this. Is surecast still up? No, surecast didn't last. You're reforming, but your health is lower. We can do this. Pipe cleaner. Okay, I'm gonna move horizontally as this is happening. Yep, move laterally. We got this. We did it first try. Oh, that feels good. This is the first... actually, I think this might be the first boss I first tried. It wasn't necessarily tougher than the others, but it was fun as hell. That was great. I love that fight. Mono no Peke. A brilliant display. With the demonic smoke dispelled, we may breathe easy once more. Oh, and yeah, this area is nice and clear now. So is this... only an entity of great power could transform its surrounds so dramatically. You did well to outmaneuver it. I'm quite something. All right. Enenra card. Now, I espied something resting within the shrine earlier. First, let's look at this card. What did we get? Let's learn a bit more about Enenra. The Tsukumogami arose from a pipe said to grant its owner joy or sorrow according to its whims. Though the fates of those who once possessed it seem curiously amenable to either interpretation, depending on who tells the tale. Perhaps that's why it takes the form of smoke, shrouding that which mortal eyes are so desperate to see laid bare. That could be. That would, yeah, it's a good metaphor for if it's as malleable as it sounds. Oh, as I predicted, yeah, I mean, what else was it going to be after that fight? I've seen depictions of this pipe before. There could be no doubt that it's an age-old treasure. So it's just another thing. It's not like the reason why this was made. It's not the founder. It's just an old pipe. Gorai must have known that a fierce Tsukumogami slumbered within it, thus he stored it apart, far from the sanctity of the temple. But its will was too strong to be consigned to such ignominy, and in its neglect, its power only grew. Only until it... damn it. Only until it was strong enough to shroud the mountain entire. Now that this lord among demons is slain, we can assume that peace shall return to the region. We must report the good news to Mistress Tsubaki post-haste. Let's head out. Final one, the Ogiseru's fate. Lolorito with little Hancock. Look at little Hancock there, no glasses. The great Ogiseru is rumored to bring similarly great fortune or great calamity to its owner, but... oh, Ogiseru, like the great Ogiseru, okay. But I have seen no sign of it, possessing a capacity for either thus far. I can but presume my predecessors sought to credit their trials and tribulations to a single simple cause in a complex and uncertain world. Still, between the power invested in it by such beliefs and the rich ether of the mountain, it would have been shocking had the Ogiseru not become a Tsukumogami, even were it once wholly mundane. But regardless of whether Gorai was blessed to have spent his final days in the company of his beloved collection, or cursed to have suffered the grave consequences, I doubt the pipe alone was the arbiter of his fate. Yeah, it does seem more of a consequence than a symptom. Though I had what many, or a symptom rather than the cause, I think that's what I mean more. Though I had what many would consider an unfortunate childhood, I never thought myself the victim of ill fate. On the contrary, I believe my acute mercantile sensibilities to be the product of early hardships, instructive steps along a journey that, all things considered, hasn't been half bad. I was just talking with a friend about this. I feel the same way. I certainly had I did not have a childhood of any kind of traditional hardship. I grew up we were pretty wealthy. There were bad things, not great, significant parts that were not great. But there's a lot of the, when I look at the profession I'm in and the work I do and the skills I acquired, it absolutely directly stemmed from skills I built up in times that were not great. Yeah, nothing like I wasn't, I wasn't murdered when I was 7 or anything. But anyway, I might have said otherwise at the time had I stopped away my happiness against my unhappiness, but instead I kept moving, and 'tis well that I did. Whether we speak of tangible or intangible fortunes, it matters not what we have, but what we make of it. Hancock character development. God bless it. Now, is there actually anything I have to complete? I'm just gonna double check. You know what? I also have gotten a bunch of Potsherds. I haven't seen what those actually get me. So let's head back to Old Charlian and see how we can finish this thing off. I don't think there's any finishing quest. I think that's just kind of it. Let me know if I'm mistaken. Rokkon artifact exchange, Potsherd exchange. Shishu coin exchange. Is this from Shishu coin exchange? Is that from Criterion? It must be. All right. What do we get? Shishu Bujin Eboshi. I don't know what these things are. The hell? This has got to be like a monk costume. Yeah, this is all related to being like a monk of Mount Rokkon. It has to be. Is this robe and this hat or headpiece, Kanzashi, is that the geomancer thing? Maybe. We get the friggin' rose-colored spectacles. Used to unlock a pair of rose-colored spectacles. We're doing this 100%. Scrupulous citations. Let's take this a bit at a time. So this is a fashion accessory, probably. Yeah. And you know what? For a red mage, I can make this work. Probably not with my current costume, but I could make this work very much. Okay. I like that. Ballroom etiquette, scrupulous citations. An illustrated manual of how to effectively employ reference materials to support one's assertions in civilized debate. This is the book emote that he used, like at the end, like throughout, but I think especially like at the end when he was consulting his notes, consulting his records. That's got to be what that is. Reference. You consult literature. Ha! This is great. What else we got? Modern aesthetics, ambitious finds. This realm's Okay, yeah. a new hairstyle. I'll you know what? I'm gonna hold off on that because I don't really care. My character is how she looks, and I'm not changing her. Looping in the deepest fringes. We'll listen to that in a bit too. All right, so we have some left. What are we gonna get? 9, 18, 27, 36. We can get one of these sets. Which do we get? Let's get this. Okay. I'm surprised this music wasn't available on an orchestration roll before now. Alright, that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. This was great. I had a lot of fun with this. I'm looking forward again. In the future, I'll do Mount Alo Alo or Alo Alo Island. Something like that. The third of them. But I'm not going to be able to do it yet. I do want to try to finish off the last of the Tataru's Grand Endeavor quests, which is still available to me, which I haven't done yet. And hopefully I'll get to do that before Dawn Trail in a few days, but we'll see. All right. See you down the road. Bye-bye.